governance, operations, and outreach. At some point, I think I observed the university had established an office to deal with matters of strategic planning, but I think they gave it a break. But maybe I hope that this baseline and this program will stimulate again that action so that that office is active to develop strategic plans for the university and integrate sustainability in those strategic plans. Obviously, you know that universities are currently experiencing a lot of problems, meaning they have not been sustainable. The operations have not been sustainable, and this is a big challenge, making some campuses closed and so forth. And therefore, we are proposing here a strategy, a response to that challenge. We need enhanced institutional capacity building, as well as enhanced competency building to equip our youth with skills for employability, with skills for green growth. And while that is happening, we know that different universities have different capabilities, and we need to be open to networking, sharing experiences with other institutions globally as well as locally, and enhancing our partnership endeavors with the industry, because the industry and what is happening there really is the yardstick, of measuring whether institutions of learning are performing or not. And therefore, if we get it straight from the industries, I think we will be playing a very big role as institutions of higher learning to contribute to sustainable development in our society. And therefore, the objectives of the baseline are as follows: to examine the extent and the format in which green economy and sustainability concepts, issues, and tools are incorporated into the university curriculum and learning programs. Do we have green economy in our programs? Secondly, to assess whether green economy and sustainability principles have been mainstreamed into university governance, operations, and outreach. Governance is very key here to provide an enabling environment for green economy and sustainability to take place or to grow, for green growth to happen. Number 3 objective, to review existing institutional capacities required for greening curriculum and competencies for green economy and sustainability learning. It's important that staff, for instance, have the capacities to develop the required curriculum. If not, it is important that the university is able to provide access to green economy information, materials from elsewhere, so as to enrich the curriculum at KU. And then 4th objective, to identify opportunities for strengthening and upscaling the delivery of green economy learning through higher educational institutions. Upscaling, because we may already be having some initiatives. So we are not saying we are completely zero, but those initiatives need to be upscaled in order to have an impact. The initiatives need to be strengthened and to be made more sustainable. And so we are actually anticipating that the baseline survey that we've carried out can initiate or can cause a green economy evolution, if not revolution, at KU and in other institutions of learning, that competency-based learning can actually be quickened if it hasn't, or if it has already been initiated, that KU can wake up and begin the process of becoming a green campus. We are hoping that the university can then begin to allow for the development of policy instruments, such as sustainability strategy. We need to begin to ensure that in our teaching we are emphasizing on competencies, because this is what the world wants. This is what the future requires. Transformational competencies, technical competencies, management competencies, participatory competencies, all very, very key for now and for the future. We require green skills because the industry is going green. The society is transforming because it cannot be business as usual. And you can imagine how many graduates KU produces every year. How many of them pass through our institution and many other institutions of higher learning. We can make a difference. We can contribute to the above competences. We can actually provide a set or sets of green skills, including skills for green entrepreneurship. We may have been threatened by climate change, for instance. But when threats come, when challenges come, they usually come also with some opportunities. Climate change is also bringing the opportunities to develop new technology, green technology. And therefore, instead of the usual, the normal entrepreneurship, which is usually not very easy also, we are advocating for green entrepreneurship, green enterprises, green businesses, green economics. I'm sure my colleagues from the schools of business and economics, I hope you're listening very keenly to that, because that touches your area, but then that knowledge also cuts across all the other schools, because in society we can only survive through those green skills. All of us, whether you are in the medical sector, whether you are in the media sector, we all need all those, all the green skills that can be provided. I just want to alert you that the Hedges Green Initiative at KU has been informed by a number of policy instruments globally and locally. Most of us remember that very recently the world has been in Glasgow discussing the climate agenda. And this is not a new thing. It has been discussed for a very long time, but it's like the problem is persistent. Solutions are not being found. And therefore, we as institutions of learning need to join the various task groups, the various institutions, individuals who are looking for solutions. We have a role to play in the search for solutions for the sustainable development challenges we're having, and particularly that climate change. We have developed an agenda 2030 to guide us in the search for these solutions. Kenya, we have our own Climate Change Act 2016. We have the MTP's 2030 agenda. We have also midterm plans developed by the government, both at national and county level. And I would like to inform you that we have green economy strategic implementation plan. If you didn't know, this is what really is very direct to our green economy initiative. It's called GESIP. I had an opportunity to participate in the development of this policy framework. Recently also UNITA, UN agency, has just completed assisting Kenya to develop climate change learning strategy, also which I had an opportunity to participate. So note that we actually have a relevant national learning strategy